just a little. I'm kind of glad that the U.S. hasn't implemented it in a lot of ways, but at the same time, there were some positive things about it too.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I agree. I thought that the fact that they put so much power into children's hands and out of the parents' hands is kind of concerning, just because like kids don't always know what's best for them at a young age, and so it may be kind of concerning that they have more power put in their hands, but they don't really know what's best for them at such a young age. They don't understand all the consequences yet.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was scary. It was like, why would you let your kid decide that? Decide whatever issues, which religion or whatever to join. You know, what if they want to join a crazy satanic religion or something? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's for sure scary because, like, it made me think of the church's policy on, like, if you have gay parents, you can't get married, or, I mean, baptized, sorry, until you're 18, because you just need to be able to think for, like, develop and think for yourself.
Right.
That's totally true. The other thing that concerned me that I had read up about it, and it wasn't necessarily from our articles, because I feel like they were informative, but they were kind of vague too. So I was looking up other information, and it just said it kind of puts more rights into the government as well. So it makes it more of a federal issue instead of a state issue. So like, think of foster care and stuff. Suddenly that's a not state reprimanded system, it's federal government, and I just think that's allowing too much government into our bedroom.
Yeah.
Next question was, if you are from or have ever lived in a country where the CRC has already been ratified, what are some of the positive and negative effects you have observed? If you haven't lived in one of them, it just said look it up and find the positives and negatives. So, so some of the negatives that I saw was like what we talked about. Kids would already be given, they could choose whatever they want. Like there's basically little power in the parents' hands as to what to do. Let me think. I saw a bunch of them. I looked it up. Some of the positives is I like the idea that the child's voice is going to be heard. You know, it might make it easier for instances like divorce or whatever, when the child wants to say where they want to live. Or one that I thought of is I work for doing my internship this semester, and I work with a case management agency that works with the families that have kids that are in the foster system. And some of them are in some pretty crazy situations, and you can tell the parents love their kid, but not enough that they want to stop using cocaine. And if the child's old enough, I feel like if we had CRC, that, I mean, it would be better for them to be able to say, I don't want to live with my parents. I want to be emancipated, you know, even if that's at 11 years old, because in the end, it might be better for the child than to be in a home where their parents are doing crack cocaine or being bounced around from foster care to foster care. But that's the only positive really that I saw in it.
That's a really good point.
Sorry. My sister worked for CPS for her foster care, or for her internship, and she like saw a lot of that same thing, and we were just talking about it today because we passed by an elementary school, and she's like, I pulled kids out of there, and it just makes me think of if they had, like, I could see that working. Your point.
Yeah, because their parents aren't advocating for them, but the parents have the right, you know, especially where you see like the way it goes, at least in Indiana, like the judge can terminate a parent's right, but then the parents have 30 days to appeal. And so it just keeps the kid in the system. And so I think if the kid is old enough to just say, like, I don't want to be in this anymore, that they should just be able to do that, but they don't allow them because they're not old enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the other negative thing, the government thing we already talked about. Like we did this question in the first one, but whatever. Third question. So we're moving on from the CRC stuff. How did Kelly's presentation help your understanding of the ecology approach to family advocacy? I feel like was I the only one that kind of looked over it? Because I was pretty much the only one that knew that we were doing this early.
I have a little bit. I looked at what I wrote a little bit earlier.
Well, I just looked at it because I'm like, well, if we do this early, I better check it. Because I thought the same thing. Like, this is gonna be last minute. If they don't have time to prepare, then at least I want to be prepared since I was the one that wanted to change the time.
Yeah. I didn't. I just got my wisdom teeth out
Aww.
yesterday afternoon, and so yeah, I'm not swollen, which is good, but like today I've been like kind of out of it.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say you don't look like you got your wisdom teeth.
No, you don't.
I know, I totally have holes, but it's weird that I didn't swell. But I've been icing a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a horrible time for me. I hated that. So, have you guys ever taken the community with a class? I think it's
Family, community, and relationships.
yep, that one. That's
Yeah.
No.
that's basically what the article was about, was like the macro system, micro system, the exosystem, and like how you advocate for those. That's
Okay.
that's what it was. So if you guys have taken that, then you'll kind of be like, oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I have.
So I already understood it. So I literally just skimmed the transcript because I was like, I already know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's smart. I do that sometimes. Yeah, the model, we go over it in that class like a lot. So
Yeah, and I feel
what,
like sorry, keep going.
oh, I was just gonna say, like, what specifically, like, did she like bring up anything specific, or just talked about them in general?
No, she just talked about how, like, just kind of went into detail about each one, like how you can advocate for each one, like each
Okay.
in the ecology system. So you just have like how to approach family advocacy in that regard, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like we've learned, especially if you've taken family theories and dynamics, it's in that one too.
Mm-hmm.
The next question was, what system do you personally feel would be the most difficult to advocate? So macro system, exosystem, microsystem, which one do you think would be the most difficult to advocate for?
I think the macro system, because it's so large, and like oftentimes other people are making decisions that affect us that we can't do anything about. Like, you can vote, you can do certain things, but you don't have like the main voice right there.
That's what I thought, especially because we were talking about the CRC. Like, if it got implemented in the US, I was like, we'd be screwed. Like,
Yeah, we would be.
say whatever they want. Like, that would be really hard to change. You wouldn't be able to advocate for the family because you're too busy advocating for the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think that with the macro system, it takes like so much time to like change a culture and so many different followers to make it really influential to change like your belief system or your value system, that it'd be challenging to have everyone jump on board to really make a difference in such a broad scale.
Yeah. I agree. Last question. What system or level do you personally feel is most important to advocate, and why? I think it's micro,
Yeah, micro for sure.
because that's going to have the biggest impact on the child or the family in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Because
too,
it's at the top.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it.
I was gonna say that like even it takes just a small group to make a difference, like to get it started. And so if you have like your micro sister, your family that's really passionate about a certain issue, then like it starts small and it can grow bigger after that. But you need to begin with like some core, like really passionate group to really get it started and to be influential about a certain topic or issue.
Yeah, I agree. Like a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I
and
think.
the apostles talk. Oh, sorry, what?
I just said that's what I think. Keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and like the apostles bring that up too. Like you build up the God's kingdom in your own home, and then you go from there. Like you make your home a heaven. You like the home, the home, the home, and I think that's
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely starts with the family and any of those around the family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause that's basically all we have control over is what goes on in our own homes.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we personally can change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can make a difference, and that's why it's so important to start with, because then you can take whatever you've learned and apply it to other people.
Right.
So, well, that was everything. That was all the questions. We took 15 minutes.
Yay.
Somebody want to do the summary? Who wants to do the summary? 1 minute recap of what we talked about. Okay, I'll do it. So I think we pretty much decided that we didn't like the CRC. There's too much power given to the child and not enough to the parent, and too much power given to the government. I think that we decided that there was kind of more negatives than positive effects in other countries. Like it's great and all, and it's helped relieve like child labor and like being child soldiers. It has helped like countries like Africa and stuff where like in Rwanda and stuff where they have child soldiers. It's helped with that, but I don't think you really need it in a first world country. And I don't mean that racist or anything in any way. I just don't think it's needed because anyway. We decided that it's more difficult to advocate in the macro system because it's bigger. It's bigger. It's a bigger step to take, and one person can make a somewhat difference, but I don't know if one person can make that big of a change. And then we decided that the most important place to start advocating was within the walls of your own home and with your own family. And then you can go from there, branch out, because it would make a ripple effect. And that was our summary.
Perfect. Thanks, Maggie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for obliging me and meeting so last minute.
No problems.
Anytime.
Later next week. Same time next week, though. I don't have anything, unless you guys have something. But.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.